How would you like to find everything that you need to know about 2D animation at the press of a button on your tablet or phone? Tony White's new app, Drawtastic, supports and teaches the past, present, and future of all things animated. So please help Tony build his unique animation app by supporting our exciting crowdfunder, Drawtastic. Everything you could ever want to know about 2D animation at your fingertips. Hey, this is Tony Ross for the 2D Animation Virtual Summit. We're in our 5th year of running the summit, and this year the summit is going to be from October 16th to the 20th. You can sign up for the summit at signup.animationsummit.net. This event is totally free, however, I do need your help with something. This year, to help with the cost of running the summit, we're selling some merchandise from t-shirts to mugs and a couple of other items. If you can get one of these, that would really help to fund the summit. It's not mandatory, but it does help. Now, if t-shirts or mugs aren't in your budget, no worries. You can also help by sharing links to sign up for the summit. So check out our summit merchandise at shop.animationsummit.net. We have some simple summit t-shirts and mugs, as well as some naughty and humorous ones. Thanks again, and I hope to see you at the summit. All right, everyone, welcome back and to part 2 of day 3 of the 2D Animation Virtual Summit. I was chatting with a colleague of mine, and so Stylist Rumble, Tracy Strong, I saw a piece that she did the other day, and I'm probably I don't know if I'm gonna mess with this today, but she did this really cool sketch, and I was like, can I please animate or draw and animate those? So it looked pretty awesome. And by the way, if you have not actually found her on YouTube, Stylist Rumble, I don't know if she's done some pretty awesome things. I know for a fact she did an awesome tutorial on animating wheels, which I've got to go back and study. So when I'm working on this, also years ago, we actually did a thing of a joint webinar of playing and drawing out smoke, because she was showing all the different things. I have hacks, and then she was like, oh, by the way, this is how I do it. I'm like, oh, okay, definitely mine is a hack compared to yours. Anyway, definitely check her out, follow her on Twitter. But I am probably going to grab, I think I'm going to grab maybe the little middle guy and start playing around and animating that. Don't know if I'll do it today, but anyway, I'm rambling. Next up is my good friend, Mr. DeMarcus Hill. We've known each other for a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up that video. And he is, again, an outstanding voice actor. And he's got all these crazy voices that he can do. So anyway, gonna bring that in. One other thing I'm sorry about that. Let me make sure everything is on the screen correctly. There's no prize for it or anything, but I'd be curious to see where, if anyone can kind of keep track of exactly how many voices he actually ends up doing in this thing here. Hey, this is Tony Ross with the Hey, this is Tony Ross with the 2D Animation Virtual Summit, and I'm hanging out with my good friend and colleague, Mr. DeMarcus Hill, man of 1,000 voices. What's going on, DeMarcus?
Greetings, what's happening? How are you?
Awesome, dude.
Just laying back, chilling there.
What's going on? We were just joking before I hit record the fact that I had to get into my summit voice because it's not my normal speaking voice. So it's like
Can't even recognize you.
it's like
It's almost like you're schizophrenia or something. I'm sorry.
No worries. Lamont Lamont, Mr. Logan Russ, was joking about when I go from talking normal and then I'll go into my tutorial voice, which is a totally different voice. So I'm like,
it's funny, yeah. It's funny. It contrasts. It's it's like your regular voice. You wouldn't even be able to get a cab. I need a cab. And then your summit voice is like, "Hello, how are you? Yes, yes. I have violins and stuff in the background. I don't know." Yes, how are you? Yes. Good evening and welcome to Tony's Corner. This on this episode we'll have Roger P. Funkel. He will be discussing his biopic and upcoming projects with the Philharmonic. Greetings. You'll enjoy it. Sorry, I got carried away.
Yeah, no, it's all of why you're here. No, I met DeMarcus. Good Lord, we met years and years ago.
Yeah,
and I remember hanging out, and I was hanging over at my friend, my friends Carl and Stephanie Peoples. So we're hanging over there, and DeMarcus was there, and I was talking about working on cartoons and stuff like that, and some animated stuff. And DeMarcus was at the table and he goes like, "Oh man, you do cartoons? I do voices." And because I'm me, I kind of did. I said, "Are you any good?" And you spat out. I forgot you did like 3 or 4 voices back to back, and I'm like, "Damn, okay." Because it was just like. Is one of those things where people go, "I'm in a band," and you're like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever. Everybody and their mama got a band," and then you hear them like, "Oh, you're in a band." But yeah, man, I've worked with you on a lot of different projects, like working with either just me or working with me and Chris Cartledge.
Wow.
But the idea of when I do have other dudes go, "Hey man, Tony, do you need any voices?" I'm like, "I'm covered. If you know a female version of DeMarcus Hill, let me know." But I'm like, it's like the funniest thing for me is like we'd be working on a project and I'd be like, "Yeah, can you do the voice where you did the thing?" And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'd have to go through a recording and pull it up and go, "Play here, this one, do that voice." So
wow.
but yeah, I am a fan of your talent, sir.
Thank you.
So yeah, just give me a little bit about stuff. I know DeMarcus has done a lot of independent stuff. I know he's done a lot of projects for myself, but I wanted to bring him on the show because I was like, let me talk to him for a minute. And one, because I know it's going to be hilarious, and two, I got to bug you anyway because I was chatting with someone you'll meet eventually, Kira Kapetsky, I believe. We're going to be probably doing some stuff where I'm definitely going to be using your talents. Anyway,
Okay.
enough about
Okay.
that. So let me ask you, sir, Mr. 1001 voices, my Mel Blanc here. Curious, what or who is your favorite voice artist? Who do you hear and you're thinking like, "Oh, damn, that's that," or who's your favorite voice actor? Who do you hear and you're just like, "Oh man, that was tight as hell. Let me get on that level."
Man, Two, Phil Lamar
Okay.
and Mel Blanc.
Okay.
Um, Phil Lamar because I mean his range is just sick, and you can really tell where like he gets into. I can imagine like hearing his voice, and I can like imagine him like assuming the posture of the character that he's voicing at that time.
Yeah.
That's how much it feels like he gets into the voice. And with Mel Blanc, I mean, when you say that, I mean that's like power comes from that word, man. That name.
Yeah.
It's like Mel Blanc. Boom. I mean everything from Daffy Duck to Marvin Martian. I mean, it's just, and he's got some uncredited work out there too. That would blow your mind if you found out it was him. But at the same time too, his stuff is so distinct that it's him. That's
I'll
the
tell you
other
the,
thing that who?
I said I'll tell you the thing that blew me away about Mel Blanc, and I saw this as a kid, and I'm
Uh-huh.
still shocked about it. I knew he did all the Warner Brothers stuff. I knew that he was behind all like the Bugs Bunny and also I knew that for a fact. And
Mm-hmm.
or showing he was being interviewed on one of the kids shows I was watching, and it said, "Did you do another voice?" And then he goes, "Oh, do you mean of?" And he starts speaking like Barney Rubble. And I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
And the fact
Yeah.
that I was like, man, because I remember like hearing Barney coming out of like, okay, yeah, I know you do Bugs and Daffy because they all kind of. It's not that they sound alike, but it's like they belong to that universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
That
when he
that
did Barney Rubble, I was like, what, dude, what? I was like,
yeah.
are you kidding me? So yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of like,
It's almost like they got like there's a certain timbre
yeah,
or a timbre to each production house. You know what I'm saying?
yes, I
Yeah,
can
it's
that.
funny. It's funny.
I
Because he is just it just flows out when you see him do it and it just comes out. It's like, man, just effortless. I mean,
Yeah, there's
Mel was just awesome.
now my favorite Phil Lamar voice probably is Green Lantern. That thing has so much like register like and I'm sure with age filled out a little bit more. But when I think of Phil Lamar, I don't think of Green Lantern's voice coming out of dude. I'm like, dude, where are you pulling that from your
Yeah,
nose? Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Because he's a slim cat. But I'm gonna tell you, man, if you look at it for me, in my opinion, the most impressive characters that he did to me were, yeah, Jon Stewart was tight, but Samurai Jack, and then on the other hemisphere, for me, Static, because I mean he's doing this like this spry teenager, and then he's doing this samurai warrior. All right, so with one, his voice is all over the place because he gets excited, he gets depressed, he gets angry. With Samurai Jack, it's like it must be monotone, all on one level. I was like, oh, this is so cool, but still convey emotion. You know,
cool. I see you on that one.
Tony, you're not about to throw a draw four, are you?
Probably. Like, hold up. Wait a minute.
We still gonna be friends after this, right?
Oh man, Uno just came out with a new deck, right?
I heard about that.
Yes.
I heard about that, man. There's some cops are gonna be called over that game, man.
That's gonna be trifling. That's what that's gonna be. That's gonna be trifling.
How dare you draw 10 on me? That's gonna be sick, dude. Man, when it comes to stuff like that, it's like you have to like probably sign some type of documentation saying like at the end of the game things will go back to normal. We gonna still be cool after this, right? I can still get a ride home.
I've had some I've known friends like back in the day they would play they'd be playing poker, but they was like there was like quarters, like they throw all these like chump change. We were kids at the time, but I remember at one point uh this young lady named Adrian, I think they were sitting there and somebody threw this hand down and she was sitting there staring at him, holding a glass in her hand, and then all of a sudden the glass just shattered. Just she just staring like that mad,
Really?
and I'm like I don't think you got a poker face there.
Really? Oh man, I wouldn't even want to play with her.
Next game.
Serious. Just go out to your car and your tires are all flat. What the devil? This ain't nothing but Satan right there. Done flat my tires.
So let me ask you this next question. When did you start even messing with voices? Is this thing something you've always done, or is it just kind of just came about, or?
Sadly, I grew up in the projects of Capitol Homes. I was a latchkey kid, and I watched a lot of television. It was the babysitter. So with me watching a lot of television, I picked up a few tricks and things, being able to imitate and throw back, as you would these children say nowadays, what I heard. So I mean, it was like I watched a lot of cartoons basically, and it was like I had action figures, and I would try to act out the scene, and I wanted it to be just like the episode. I wanted to have that cartoon experience. So I would do the voices of each of the characters, and well, to the best of my abilities, because some of them you just can't touch. But that's where it started from there, and then I guess just having no self-respect and and not giving a doggone about cool points. I was just silly enough to to do that. I mean, I had always been doing it. Just imitating Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny Duck. It just went from there, and Marvin Martian, hello, Earth creature. Just being able to do that in class and have people laugh, or Scoob, just Shaggy, and it's like, okay, do this one, and do this one, and then it went from there to just coming up with voices on my own, and and I used to watch a lot of Doctor Who growing up.
Okay.
And I loved the accents. Hello, I'm the doctor. Oh, it's grandfather. And it just destroy. It was like, oh man, I got to do that. And then you go into Kung Fu Gold Theater. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was on channel 69. It was on Saturday nights,
Okay.
and I would watch the shows, and it was like, Master Wong, how are you doing? My kung fu is better than yours. And then, so I didn't realize at the time that stuff was overdubbed by Brits. I just thought my kung fu is better than yours. Ah, Master Chi. So I got into that, and then just that's it, man. Just been doing it ever since, man. Just not really taking myself too serious, and just letting go when I get the opportunity, or if I'm in the car by myself, or if I'm just encountering somebody that feels ill at ease. You just the best way to distract a person from their problems is by having them question your sanity.
Love it.
That's the best thing. If you want to get somebody out of their funk,
yeah,
just do that. So that's what I do, man. Been doing it ever since, and I mean, just with the opportunities you've given me, I really thought I was just that crazy weird dude.
Right.
that could do voices, because people like me are a dime a dozen. That's the way I feel about it. But just really just from you and from just other people, man, just the input. It's been an eye opener, but I've been dabbling in it ever since I was little.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Here's the thing I brag on about you, and I'm going to see. I'm going to see. I didn't tell you this ahead of time, but we're working on a project, uh, and I was trying to record the behind. I like to do all the behind the scenes stuff. So it's like,
Mhm.
and so the camera was rolling, and I said, I feel like being rude, and I said, uh, give me Keanu Reeves meets Michael J. Fox, make him 16 years old. And you spat the voice back. Can you do the voice? Do you remember me saying? It's like
Well, I don't know. Would it be this one?
it
Would it
was
be
that one,
this
but
one?
without the twang. Though it was like, oh, you're like, whoa, like, yeah,
Whoa.
yeah,
Is
right,
it this one?
yeah.
Whoa.
I was
That's
like,
so cool.
yeah, to be able to pull that off. And so I normally when I'm telling anyone else about you, I go, no, I said I got the guy for you, and because I have that clip on YouTube, and I go, let me send you this clip real quick. Like this is who, and because because you had slipped from there because you'd kind of go. I said not too raspy, not too raspy, and then you went to Joan Rivers on me. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh yeah, it's over rasp, right? Oh, can we talk? Oh, oh. Did you see her at a seance? We don't really have to tell who that is. Everybody knows who that is. It's Joan Rivers, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's hot down here. I never should have said that about Michelle.
So I got what is it so of your projects, what has been your favorite, or what was your I guess your yeah, your favorite opportunity, or the best opportunity?
Simple tech guy.
Huh?
Simple tech guy.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, yeah. That was my favorite.
All right.
Um,
Like there was I think I caught the hiney.
I think I caught the hiney. Can you send some soup?
Love that.
I sound like a overly Jewish Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, I remember. I forgot Simple Tech Guy. It was like, yeah, that was awesome, man.
You know what? I'll tell you this. I took voice acting lessons. It was at this place called Yorax Studios, and one thing I think I was able to take away from just my experience with you to that, and then back again, was the fact of not going into basically humility.
Okay.
And that goes back to this other incident. It was a teachable moment. I was not to take away from the focus of the show, but I've also had dealings in the music industry,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on tour with this with Heat Wave, right?
Yeah.
I was on tour with Heat Wave, and I had the opportunity to dance and sing, do background singing for them. And there was the first show, dude, Tony, we didn't even get a chance to rehearse together. No steps, no parts or nothing. Keith just gave me the songs and said, learn these parts right here, young blood. And I was like, well, okay. And the thing was, I was singing because it's an old school group. It's probably going to be in some hotel ballroom or something like that. Man, I get out of the limo. We're coming up to this stadium, and all I hear is, I'm like, oh my God. And that show was terrible, in my opinion. Now, I was telling my wife, I was telling her about it. She said, did anybody say you suck? I was like, no, but there were some things I just could have did better.
Right.
And I went back to my room after the show thinking this guy's just going to give me a ticket and send me back to Georgie.
Right.
And no, he didn't. He didn't. I learned from him because there was another guy that he had got to work with him at the same time. This guy was a diva. And he was going around sowing dissension amongst other bands on the tour.
Oh, wow.
And he was talking about Keith behind his back and everything. But the guy had a voice like butter. It was like honey. He told me, man, he said, it's not about your talent or how much talent you got. He said the reason why he liked working with me was because I was malleable. I was teachable.
Okay.
And the thing I learned, man, is that, from that, when you get blessed with the opportunity, yeah, you're good enough for it, but you're not too good for it. Basically, you go in, you take the instruction, because that's what you're there for. They're there for your talent, but your talent has to be malleable. If you can't be used, you can't be used.
Ooh.
So, that's what I've learned. Take direction. That's the gist of what I'm saying. Oh, be open to direction, be open to input, and that, that'll keep you, keep the calls coming in. But if you think you're all that, you're not gonna get anywhere. So just be putty.
Not petty.
No, putty. Not petty, but putty. Y'all don't hear me. I said. Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all don't hear me. Oh, I'm getting cold shivers. Oh, no, that's gas.
Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Turn to your neighbor. Hey, be to your neighbor.
Especially people with the bad breath. With the bad breath. BREFF.
Quit being ignorant.
I can't. I bet if you did a DNA study, you'd find the ignorant gene in me.
Dude, which is a good time to bring this up. I've got I've been meaning to do this forever. But bringing back my podcast, and so I got to have you back on there. And like I said, I've got to work on this other project. Because man, I the other thing I love about you, and I hate that I lost this damn thing. But you doing stuff just off the cuff is hilarious. When you did the thing of you had gave the you had this, you ate this, I forgot what it was, but you're talking about it. You did this voice, or you're talking about it. You had all these hallucinations that you're being chased by tall, skinny midgets. It's like what?
Tall, skinny midgets. Like, if that ain't an oxymoron, I don't know what it is.
I'm thinking, like, wait, what? Yeah. It's like, man, yeah, and I hate that I lost that audio because it'll again, it's like, because you'll do this stuff and you're just like, yeah, it's just something I was thinking of, or you in this crazy voice, and like, yeah, can you do that voice? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, because you did this thing. I don't know what you're talking about. God dang it! gotta walk around you. DeMarcus has come over. Our camera's rolling. Do we have backup footage? Like anything you say now will be held against you and be animated later. I got to sign some kind of document saying everything you do will be material. Possible material, Mr. Hill. When you step foot through this portal at this address. We should do what's that?
And then it'll be, and then from there on, it'll be, come, children. Ice cream waits for no one.
What is that? We have to do the 11-second club. It'll be it'll like grab little clips, and we'll go, okay, we're gonna have a competition. Who's gonna do the best character for this? Oh shoot, that was the other thing. I forgot to do this major shout out. Because you helped us out on the project with that I did with Toon Boom in doing the animation study. and learning how to use harmony. So worked on C Note.
Mhm.
And what I love about you is I said, I think I want the voice to be kind of like this. And you said, well, no, I think I was like, you looked at the character and said, no, he sounds like this. That's what he looks like. I'm going, bet that is his voice. God dang. So it's like, but yeah, I mean that was cool as hell. Just having that ability, and you're one of the like I said, normally when I'm working with voice people, I will send them a scratch track of me reading the script, especially if I wrote it. I'll send them a scratch track, and then I'll say, kick me back a recording. I need two of the way that I did it. Then give me a third one of your ideas. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably landing with where you went with it. Um, and it's like pretty cool. Like I know the project that's been on my back burner since, well, shoot, it's 10 years now. I still want to go back and do Black Blood White. I really,
Is
really.
this that project you had with the kid with the enchanted bat?
I don't think it was that one. I think this is the one where where it's the gangster one, but it's like I did what you told me to. It's like when they're in the alley at the very beginning, because it's like a really thin or thick and thin black lines, because it's called Black Blood White because it's all in
Oh my God,
yeah,
man,
you
that's
remember that. Okay, yeah. So
homie.
I
Do you
still
know
want to
how
go back and
long ago that was?
I know I said it's been a minute. Um
That's about an hour there, partner.
about 2 hours. But yeah, that's a project I want to get, because what we were talking about where it's you and Susie Berta was, because Susie was doing the voices for some of the characters in there, and it was because you did the main voice of the kid at the little stoolie at the beginning, and then the run we haven't animated yet is the one where it's the uncle. It's like, it was supposed to be subtle. It's like, and she goes, I seldom settle for subtle. And you're like, you sold the man's head onto a pig. It's like,
Dude, so
yeah,
you animated some of that?
I didn't animate that scene yet. It's like, I gotta, like, we did the first episode, and this is the thing I got to tell everyone else. You have to be careful of. There's an experiment called the marshmallow experiment, where you'll understand where I'm going with this in a second, where they tell these little kids, here, this is one marshmallow, but if you wait and don't eat this marshmallow, I'll be back in 10 minutes. If you don't eat this one, I'm going to give you a second marshmallow. And so most of the kids, some of the kids, like, they barely got out the door. They were engulfed that marshmallow. And the other people like kind of
Wow.
touch it or like, but they looked up these kids later. The kids that ate it instantly, they looked at where they were, like later in high school and stuff like that, versus the kids who waited. And it's not that instant gratification. So
Wow.
the idea was, what I was supposed to do with Black Blood
Yeah.
White was not to show anyone anything until I had 6 episodes done.
Wow.
And I released the teaser trying to get that dopamine hit. And there's not been anything animated since the teaser. People are like, oh man, that's good. I like that. Yeah, I want to see more. Yeah. We're going to, hey, dude, can you make some music to go with this? Shout out to Princess Brown. Yeah, man, make some music. And it's like, cool, got that going on. And yeah, I've had a couple of times where I thought, yeah, I want to redo this, but it's like, and now the cool part is, at least I know the software better. The software's also gotten stronger.